Hello, this is Gracie, and this is Grace on Israel, coming to you from the partially cloudy beaches of the eastern Mediterranean. It's been a busy week this week, both in Israel and for our small family. Originally, I was going to talk about the Temple Mount because some action had been going on there. Then Ben and Jerry's ice cream happened, which overshadowed everything and anything else going on in Israel. But wow, has that been covered and overcovered. To top it off, we've been shopping till we drop. Originally, over a year ago, we were committed to moving. The place where we live is sort of awful, but with COVID and lockdowns, we really couldn't go apartment shopping. Plus, we have a very spoiled cat who does not accept any sort of change, and since, like most cats, our guy rules the household, and we decided to redecorate instead. We're buying all new furniture and one of those huge big screen TVs. We haven't had a TV since moving to Israel. When we first came to Israel, they had a TV tax. And my husband is one of those types who refuses to pay any unnecessary tax, so we never got a TV. And we used our computer as our primary source of entertainment. The government was serious about that television tax, too. One night, some authorities came to our door and looked around our entire place, making sure we didn't have a television hiding away somewhere. I'm not kidding. A few years later, Israel ended the TV tax, and since then we've been talking about buying a television. But you get so used to using the computer, it's like no big deal. But being locked down and with the theaters still basically closed, a big, huge TV seemed like a good idea, and with it a new sofa and chair, new office furniture, all of that. So we dug out the shekels from underneath the bed and did some major shopping. And we've spent some coin. But the only thing that has come so far is my husband's chair. In Israel, this happens a lot. And if we were newbies here, we would have paid. But when we bought the chair, we arranged for the delivery, and the salesman said 300 shekels. He did not ask about which floor, did not ask about elevators, just a flat 300 shekels. We had this big old wraparound sofa that needed to be removed. I asked how much it would cost to move the sofa. I specifically said sofa, and at some point in the conversation, I pointed to a sectional sofa that was in the showroom. He said 50 shekels, even though we were told it would be up to 14 days for delivery. The next morning we got a call saying they would be here between 9 and 11. Around noon they arrived and started hauling the new chair up. They got up to the landing below ours and stopped. They came upstairs and said it would be an extra 100 shekels for 10 more steps. I pointed out the sofa that needed to be taken, and they were like, no way, that's too big, and they would only do it for an extra 300 shekels. So if we wanted our new furniture right now today, we would have to pay the original 350 plus another 400. If they wanted to charge us that much for delivery and removal, they needed to tell us at the time of sale, not change prices upon delivery. Both my husband and the delivery guy got on the phone with the store. I'm not sure exactly what was said, but I did hear my husband yell out, "This is the contract. You have to follow the contract." He was waving the papers we signed at the store. The store said they would keep to the contract, but the chair would have to be delivered another day. Fine, we didn't need it today. The delivery guys who couldn't bring it up 10 more steps had to lug the chair back down 2 stories and back to the truck, which in my mind was a lot more work than bringing it up the steps. The next day, we knew it wouldn't come. My husband called and spoke to the salesperson, who honestly believed we had been talking about a single-person chair and not a sofa for removal. However, he had no excuse for not asking about which floor or the elevator situation. At any rate, he again promised to abide by what we signed. We've been in Israel long enough to realize you must always have a contingency plan. We figured we would have to go back to the store and cancel the order, then go purchase a chair somewhere else. But much to our surprise, we got an early morning phone call saying the movers would be at our place in 5 minutes. We weren't even dressed yet, so we hurry and dress. This time, the movers were not wimpy Israelis, but big strapping Russians. You want movers? Call the Russians. They literally carry refrigerators on their backs. And our old sectional was removed and the new chair was put in without a problem. I gave them a huge tip, and I told my husband he should start a business to teach new Olim how not to get screwed on delivery fees and just about everything else for that matter. Because like I said, in the early days we would have sucked it up and paid the extra cost. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Please like and subscribe.